Welcome, everyone, to the Horrorcast. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Vaughn. What's up, Vaughn?
Hi.
Hi. Okay, so the reason why we're doing a Horrorcast, not just because of my mood, but I do want to show off there is new posters for movies that we're probably going to see, although we don't know if it's going to be good or not. One of those posters is for Halloween. Now, I don't know if you've seen this, Vaughn, but they have a picture of the mask, an aged mask of Michael Myers.
Oh,
Yeah,
lovely.
right. So
hmm
that's all we got. We got a poster. That's it. But
hmm
it's supposed. I guess that's supposed to be terrifying. I guess. I don't know. Again, we've talked about our concerns. Talked
Yeah.
about we don't know if the script's there. We don't know it's a good idea to erase Halloween history.
Oh, God. It's never a good idea to race history as we were seeing with other certain genres. Never a good idea. Yeah.
And then they may clarify the whole thing that the 70-year-old Michael Myers actor is only in it for like one scene because it was like a cameo type of thing. Like she's going to be whoever's going to be fighting Michael Myers, it's going to be the new Michael Myers guy. Then there's going to be one scene where maybe he's like this, and that's going to be the actual Michael Myers just for like Easter egg, and
Yeah.
then it's back to whatever. So you know what? That's fine because if it would have been
Yeah.
the other way, that would have been ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I respect the actor that was the original Michael Myers, and that's a great thing to do. So,
It's time
I,
to, yeah.
yeah,
It's time to pass the torch.
yes.
I
And I've
mean,
been
don't.
seeing movies lately that's like we were talking
Yeah.
the other day, Star Trek Generations and passing the torch and passing the torch. I hate those movies sometimes because
Yeah.
I don't like to get rid of my original childhood and different things and whatever. But sometimes, change has to happen. Now, we
hmm
also got a poster for. Actually, it's not a poster; it's a picture on the set. A picture that the company has made. And why can't I? Hold on a second. Of course, we're having technical difficulties now because my internet is crapping out. Could you hear me?
Yeah, I got. Yeah, he's
Okay.
still here. Yeah.
Okay. I have to close the sound.
Oh, no.
Yeah, oh no. This happens, guys, when you're doing a cast. Okay, here we go. We got it now. Again, my computer ain't the greatest. All right, so here it is. The first picture. One second. I hate that they have these ads in the background. Okay, first picture of the nun, and that is terrifying. Of the Conjuring,
God.
that is
That's
terrifying.
frightening.
Yes, I don't know if you've seen that movie where she was in it, The Conjuring
No.
2. That was freaky deaky. I don't know if you like the horror. You like horror, right? Or no?
I mean, certain
Some
horrors
stuff.
I like, some stuff, but
What stuff do you like? Because I don't think we really went into detail.
I like slasher movies,
I like
which
Friday the
is
13th and
weird.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Halloween,
yeah.
but you don't like
Those type
demonic
of
shit.
movies. I don't like demonic because it's just, oh, it's. I did like The Exorcist. That was really good,
And you know what's
but
funny thing is when I was little, I was afraid of The Exorcist
yeah,
too. But
really.
yeah, and I haven't
Um,
watched it that much. But I do have to say, I mean, I have seen it a couple of times. I was able to watch the sequels. I could see just about everything, but there was very few movies that like I can't like I don't even know if I can watch today. There was but again, my dad when I was
yeah,
little got me into all this stuff so I wouldn't be afraid of it, which was
right.
great. He never though. Maybe it's because he never really got me into watching The Exorcist because he also, I mean, the religious. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah,
everything he's got me to see just about except for those things. But um, yeah, so I could watch just about anything, and the Conjuring stuff is very supernatural and very
yeah.
things like that. You have to have a taste for that, especially like Paranormal Activity, all that stuff. But I could watch all horror stuff, really, But this, certain things I still can't watch. Though it's interesting. Anyway, that the Nun was very terrifying. The way they did it in the thing was just no wonder why a movie with a small budget made like almost $1 billion. I mean,
Eh,
but
yeah.
it
And
is what it is.
I don't like movies like Paranormal Activity, which is jump scares. Like I don't like
Yeah,
jump scares. I mean, and I don't like movies that is gore for the sake of gore, like Cannibal Holocaust. which was real.
Yes, I saw.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw that, and I also saw Green Inferno, and that's because
yeah,
it's like realistic. Like people
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
you know.
And a fun side note with Cannibal Holocaust, they actually had to prove that all the actors was alive.
Wow.
Yeah, they went out there. They got somebody started an investigation on that production because of how realistic everything seemed. Because I think Cannibal Holocaust is found footage. I think, and they they did it so well that somebody put like a major investigation into like criminal activities, murder and all that stuff against the creators. And
Right.
they had to go back and prove that everybody who was killed off in that movie was still alive.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah. So I don't like those type of movies where it's, gross or it has to be intelligent horror, if that's a thing, where it has to make sense. I,
Right.
I
But it could also be like mindless horror, like Friday 13th and shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mindless horror is fine, but the real gory stuff I don't like.
Yeah. Now, Ash vs. Evil Dead, you like that or no?
Oh yeah, I like Ash vs.
That's
Evil Dead.
funny.
I
And
also
yeah,
like,
that's.
yeah, and
Have you
that type
watched
of
that?
stuff. Yes, I watched the
You,
original one. Ash vs. Evil Dead, Evil Dead series. I watched when I was a
but
little
you're
older.
up to date with the last episode?
I'm not up to date with the series no more because I had things come up that
Got you.
prevented
Got
me.
you.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. So we don't even know if that's gonna be the last season. Hopefully it continues, but it's been up and down. I gotta say. Um, we got all the horror news. Turns out, even though Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom is on its way to coming out, they're teasing way ahead of time
Yes.
Jurassic World 3
Yeah.
with the date of June 11, 2021. Colin Trevorrow is saying that it's going to be a science thriller, whatever that means. Um, I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Oh.
Science thriller. If let's see, what does he say it is? Jurassic World is an action adventure. Fallen Kingdom is a kind of horror suspense film, and Jurassic World 3 will be a science thriller in the same way that Jurassic Park was. So he's got a style that he's going to do a different style for 3 because he did the Jurassic World and now he's doing Jurassic World 3.
Mm.
So he kind of skipped one. So he wants to make it like the original Jurassic Park. Maybe the terrifying aspect of creating. I think that's what he's trying to say. Like, what the hell could they create? And just
Yeah.
when you think that you created the worst of it, there's something even worse, you know?
Right. Mhm.
We got word this week. We didn't cover it that much, but it looks like Christopher Columbus may be scrapping everything to do with Gremlins and making it a reboot.
Oh no.
Well, here's the thing that might be a good idea, right?
Uh huh.
He already said that they had intentions of turning Gizmo evil and killing Gizmo. So right off the bat, they wanted it to go dark, and I'm like, I don't think anybody was having it.
Mhm.
Also, the fact that he was picking and choosing what exists as canon and what's not, and right away he
Yeah.
wanted to say that Gremlins 2 never happened. Which, as much as I don't like Gremlins 2 compared to Gremlins 1, I liked it, but I thought it was ridiculous with Phoebe Cates. They kept making her like she's a stupid person, and I don't like that. They made a joke about family tragedies and shit. I don't like that because she was a lot more intellectual in the first one, and they made her stupid in the second one. But and they got very stupid in the second one. But still, I did like the visuals and the special effects. But now the guy, I guess people didn't like what they heard. And of course, people, like, I'm sure he watches and I'm sure
Yeah.
he sees people's comments and whatever. So he's decided, F it, reboot. And might be a bad thing. Might be a good thing. I don't know. I mean,
It depends on who they cast in the Phoebe Cates character and whoever the other person. Like it's all about the casting when it
right.
comes down to that. You can't you can't half-ass casting. You have to go. It's it's you have to have perfect casting,
Yes.
which none of these movies today seem to caught on to what perfect casting is.
Yes.
Some do, but others is like you you really don't grasp the sense of what perfect casting really is. It's somebody that fits the role, somebody who can adapt into that role without any issues. So, I mean,
Now,
that's what Gremlin's going to go down to.
now already he's backtracking too, because now he's saying, after saying that, maybe people are upset with that too. So
Hmm.
now he's saying, well, think of reboot, because the term is so uselessly done. Jurassic World. Now, I hate when the line gets very thin with the reboot, because
Right.
Jurassic World is technically a sequel to Jurassic Parks,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's rebooted as in, and it's in a new time because it's
Hmm.
years later,
Yeah.
but it's still a sequel. So I don't really consider Jurassic World a reboot because it's
No.
continuation. Although they want to call it a reboot, I don't see it as that.
I
Just
don't
like
think
if you did an Army of Darkness 2 now, after
yeah.
20, 30 years, it's not a reboot, it's a sequel. But
Sequel, yeah.
so now he's saying that Gremlins will continue, and it's not a sequel, it's a reboot. But it's still going to be connected to one.
Yeah.
So he's confusing the shit out of her. But whatever. I mean, you
So
know,
it's a reboot and a sequel?
it's a reboot, but it's kind of a sequel, but they're not acknowledging that it's a sequel.
Because in order for it to be a sequel, you have to be in the same timeline. You can't be in a different
Right.
universe.
And by you
Because,
eliminating a movie, I don't know if you're really in
yeah,
the same timeline because
yeah,
you're in a different
because,
universe, kind of.
yeah, reboot, it means that you are, see, they don't know what, see, that's the thing. They don't know
It's
what
too, everybody has a new
reboot,
definition, you know?
yeah, because in
He's
my mind,
doing,
reboot would be something that you are taking the original.
they need to create a new saying. Wanna know why? They need to create a new word when
Right.
a director decides, I'm eliminating movie 3, 4, 5, and 6, but I'm counting 1 and 2. Or I'm eliminating
Hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but I'm keeping 1. Like an example,
Yeah.
the guy that did the original RoboCop was just recently giving the keys to the kingdom back, and he decided he's making a direct sequel to RoboCop 1, where it's a
Hmm.
true RoboCop 2 because he never did RoboCop 2. So in
Yeah.
his mind, those are
Yeah.
fake. And he
Yeah.
wants us to believe that they're fake
Right.
because it's not his vision. They need to have a term to show that where it's a new word like reboot.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
needs to be so it's one of those. Like
Yeah.
Superman Returns would be that word. Halloween, the
Hmm.
new one, would be that word. You know, picking and choosing what movies. The new
Yeah.
Terminator would be that word because it has 1 and 2, but it erases everything else. So
A,
you know,
a good example of this will be, and this is still in the horror cast because they have changed the genre, will be Tomb Raider. Because Tomb Raider is now survival horror. So, yeah, they turned it into a horror game basically. And
but the new
even
movie's
though it
technically a
doesn't,
reboot, though.
they are reboot, but
Right, the new movie's a
they're in
reboot.
a different yeah, they're a different universe.
Yes, but it's a reboot. That's what a reboot is. Different
Yes,
universe. Supposed to be anyway.
but yeah.
Like Star
So
Trek was a reboot. The
yeah,
J.J. Abrams.
yeah.
Well, kind of.
So,
No, that's a bad
well, no,
example because it wasn't. No, okay.
I can't get into the games because that's not the cast. So never mind. I was gonna
What did you
like
say? Oh, the video
do
games?
it.
No, I mean it's
Not,
horror. Horror's
yeah,
horror. We could talk horror games. That's fine.
yeah,
Yeah, I played the original Tomb Raiders, and
yeah,
now they changed her origin, right, with the new reboots.
yeah, yeah. They. But here's the thing. Some people are saying who are they're splitters, and there are people who are believe that all three games are in the same timeline. So basically, they're saying that the survival horror games is pre-existing to the core ones, which was 1, 2, 3, Last Revelation, and the other one. There, see, that's all well and good, but you see, that's the thing. Most in with movies too, when you do that, you kind of screwed it because when you get from core to when oh god, I think it's not Square Enix. It's I think it's Square Enix. Yeah, when Square Enix take over, it becomes something totally different in that franchise.
I know what you're saying because didn't
Yeah.
Square Enix or was it Crystal Dynamics? Whoever
No,
bought
okay, Crystal Dynamics. Yeah.
Crystal Dynamics, I know that because back in the day,
Yeah.
Crystal Dynamics.
Yeah.
I remember playing the original Tomb Raiders, right? 1, 2, 3, whatever. I heard that Crystal Dynamics. I knew because I was in the video game industry too at the time. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
They bought Tomb Raider. They also there was a Legacy of Kain, right?
Hmm.
And then they buy Legacy of Kain. They made it Soul Reaver.
Yeah.
Okay. So they bought some
Absolutely.
properties and they changed some things and they reboot things.
Hmm.
Um, and then someone bought it after Crystal Dynamics. Like who is it now? Activision?
It's no Square Enix.
Square
It was
Enix now.
Core. Yeah, it's Core. Core did Tomb Raider 1
1,
through
2.
Last Revelation,
Last
and then
Revelation was 4.
yes,
Okay.
from 1 through 4.
What's the shitty one? Angel of Darkness?
Angel of Darkness was also under Core. Oh no, Angel was also under
5.
Crystal 5.
Oh,
I
but
think
that's
it
the
was.
fifth one.
I think they was under Crystal Dynamics at the time because they no take that back.
What's
No,
after
no,
Last
it's still under
Revelation?
Core. Last Revelation would be
4.
the trilogy with Crystal Dynamics. No, no, because Last Revelation is the end of the core
So technically,
the
Last
core era.
Revelation's 4.
So it switched on to
I lost
yeah,
you. Hello? Okay, I just lost you for a second. All right, you there?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Um, and then you get into the Crystal Dynamics era, where you see them go back and do Anniversary, which Anniversary is a kind of like a updated version of 1.
It's a remastered.
It's a remaster,
Okay,
basically.
but it's not counted as a new game. It's just remastered, right?
It's a see that's the thing because remaster means that you don't updated a lot of you didn't take well yeah it's a remaster I think you could say it because but see here's the thing it's not really a remaster because they included um they shaped the story of Anniversary to fit the narrative of the trilogy, which would have been Legacy, Underworld, Legacy, Anniversary, and Underworld was the trilogy in that set. Which, keep in mind, at that time was not survival horror. Now you get into the Square Enix era, which is now
Right.
in survival horror, and then you got another reboot. Now that's the thing. I agree with you when you say you have to have a word to
I
describe it.
just created one.
What is it?
I'm gonna hashtag it first, and make sure I have my name on it first, so that way people use. No, I don't want no money from it, but I'm gonna timestamp it that I created this word because I really feel people are gonna use it. So
Yeah.
let's continue, and while I'm doing that, um, yeah. So anyway, actually no, I am gonna do it. How about we call it Retroboot?
Retroboot, yeah. That is good.
Because you're going back to the past, but
Hmm.
you're rebooting it in the middle or some point in time after the original.
Yeah,
So
retroboot.
it's a retro boot.
Reboot. Yeah.
Remember that word. Matrixlord created it. Retro boots. All right. You can use it for
But
free.
yeah,
It's fine.
but yeah, that's the thing. Like with the horror movies, like if you say Halloween, it it's just so convoluted. Like you have to consider the universe, which universe you are rebooting it in. Like with Gremlins, he might change the universe of Gremlins since he's
Yes.
rebooting it, so it won't fall into the original Gremlins universe. And then you have to make it linear, which if you reboot it, you can't make it linear. You can't keep it with the old basically because
Right.
and I mean all this is like these people coming up with Gremlins being remade, Halloween. And it's just, it's gonna get confusing after a while.
I know. So
That's how
I remember playing the shitty Tomb Raider games, and I dropped
yeah.
off. That's when I decided, yeah, I'm done playing Tomb Raider, because I don't like them. They weren't that good, you know.
And shout out to Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix for changing the genre of the game to survival horror.
Yes, definitely.
That was a bold move for a game that is now M-rated.
Yes.
When it was.
I have the game, the first of the rebooted or whatever it is, Tomb Raider. I haven't played it yet.
Oh.
I haven't played it yet.
If anybody want a taste of actually what the first game is, which is they don't have none of the classics on PS4, but it is now $6 to download the Tomb Raider.
Because of the plus, right? That you have.
That's the plus, yeah.
Now the one that I have, it's the definitive. Is it the definitive edition? That's the first of the rebooted, and then the next one's Rise, right?
It's Rise, yeah.
And then Shadow is coming out.
Shadow is coming out, which I think is probably going to be a true survival horror game.
Right. So I've been making this list, people. So Rise of the Tomb Raider is on the list, and Shadow of Tomb Raider.
And yeah, it is now legit survival horror, and it's now M-rated. I don't know about Rise. I think Rise was lower, but it's now an M-rated game. So yeah.
I love those horror games.
We got real in that game. We got zombies. We got attempted rape scenes.
Wow! Holy crap! Yeah. I gotta tell you, speaking of horror, I mean, I don't know if they consider it horror, but that Bloodborne game, I don't know if you watched me play it. I love that game. Watched it. I love that game.
I'm thinking about getting it now.
That game is $20. Fantastic. You know, if you would have had the PlayStation Plus last month, you probably would have got it for free, I think, or something. I don't know, but now it's $20, and I got to tell you, that's the best damn investment I've ever had. That game, I was playing it late last night. I got my ass kicked, but you know what though? I friggin' love that game. I love it. It's realistic because you know what? You're with this guy, right? And you're using a weapon, and you don't think, in reality, if you keep using a weapon, you're gonna break your weapon. So it's like you have to go and you have to repair your weapon constantly if you use it too much.
Yeah.
What a fucking original concept that is. And then you have to fortify your weapon and make it stronger. It's like Final Fantasy where you need hit points and you have to keep building up your every level, like stamina and strength and all that. So my strategy now is, because every time I get to the second boss, right, which I guess he's a hunter and he's father, whatever the hell, Gillespie or whatever his name is, right? I'm going to go the next time I play it, and I'm going to build up my strength. So that way when I hit him, or whatever it's called, that when you hit him, it does more damage. Because I almost beat him a couple of times, you know? Right. So rather than just keep doing that cycle, keep going the way I am, if I build it up a little more, my theory, maybe I will actually beat him quicker if I build up my stats. But of course, you got to go around killing people aimlessly, getting the blood echoes, and then going to the lady, transferring the blood echoes, and she gives you your higher hit points. So I'm going to have to do like a Final Fantasy thing, going around town, killing people, building up before I fight the boss. And that's what I'm going to probably do that. Yeah, I'm going to do that today. Although I'm going to go to the comic book store and then, you know, I think it's raining today too, whatever. But I'm having fun with Bloodborne a lot.
Yeah.
And keep in mind, everybody, yes, I'm going to be playing Resident Evil 4 again. I did beat that game back in the day. I am going to be playing Resident Evil 5. Now, I remember playing it when I got it for the kids, and I hated it. And I never played the first 5 minutes. I hated it. But I'm going to play because I'm a Resident Evil fan. Eventually, I'm going to get 6, even though when I played it at first, I hated that too. I really liked 7, the Biohazard one, because like I bought it for the kids and I loved it. And I just bought Revelations, which I don't know how much. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I know there's 1 and 2, right? There's Revelations 1 and 2, and then there's
Yeah.
Umbrella stuff, right? Anything Resident Evil, I want it, so I'm gonna have that.
See, I never get into that franchise, Resident Evil. I
Oh,
love
I
it.
love it. You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, and I'm gonna put this out to you, right?
Yeah.
If you have an opportunity, I suggest to get Resident Evil 4. If they have it on a PlayStation Plus for like $6 or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
I really think you would like it. Like, I really think you would like it.
Oh, okay.
4 is like one of my favorites of all time. Like, when I first played 1, that was hard. And then 2, I really loved more than 1. When I did 3, I beat it in 3.5 to 4 hours. I hated it because it was too easy. It sucked. 3 sucked. With Nemesis, sucked. But 2 was fantastic. 1 was good. But 4 was my freaking favorite. Now, before 4, like, well, I also liked Codename Veronica when it was on the Dreamcast. I liked it.
That's what I had, Codename Veronica.
That was
I
great.
never really got into it.
Well, it wasn't. No. I'm sorry. No, it wasn't great like Resident Evil 4. It was good, but at the time, there was. So the ratings with that is 4. If you get 4, I'm pretty sure you'll go nuts for Resident Evil.
See, I don't like. See, the thing with that is I didn't like the mechanics of the game.
You gotta aim and you gotta like shoot. I know it takes after you find the groove, you'll be alright. It's story mode too. Like you'll fight a village, then you see a story, and then you do this and there's a story, and then you gotta unlock this, it's a story.
I might give it a try again and see can I get back into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Just talk about a game quickly. 1 second.
I don't have no games to talk about, but well, I'm a Tomb Raider fan, so it's just been me seeing people do speed runs of Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3. So
I'm back because it was just a telemarketer. So there you go. You luck out. I gotta tell you, it's funny because I hate doing that. I hate just my cast members just throwing it on them. Here you go into the wind. Run the show yourself. It's like, like nobody likes that. I do apologize.
I was telling people
speed run.
I've been watching a lot of people speed run on Tomb Raider, and it's just the first 3. It's insane. They maxed that game out like in 2 hours.
Wow.
And on the Underworld one was about 2 hours or something, because he exploited the weaknesses of the game.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put Retroboot in the title. I'm gonna hashtag that sucker. I'm gonna put that stuff out everywhere. And if everybody uses it, then you know it came from me on April 19th, Thursday. I think it was around 1 or something or 1:10 or something. Whatever. There you go, PM. All right. So we'll be back. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Take care. Bye for now.